Happy Friday, everyone, and I have to just start right off the bat that this may be one of the dumbest things I've ever done in my entire life.
Really?
In
your 60 years of living,
no.
This is the dumbest thing you've ever done?
It's got to rank right up there in the top 3, man, because this is like a ton of glasses. I kind of set my own trap on this. I'm the one that came up with the idea. I wanted to do a blind. I wanted to take the stalwarts of the budget bottles, ones that the majority of everyone would agree upon are the best of the best. I went ahead and set the price range at $30 or less, or actually less than $30. Nowadays, before I would have had a little lower trend, but nowadays it is what it is. For example, old Grand Dan 114 is not $30 anymore in our area. It used to be $27, $28. Now it's $32. It's not in the mix.
Shame.
So I thought this would be easy, right? I thought it'd be a piece of cake. Well, I was giving Trenton the bottles, and he was arguing, and we were arguing for 20 minutes, and he didn't agree with what I had. I didn't agree quite with what we had, and then now we end up with 10 glasses. Yeah. We just wouldn't budge. Neither one of us would budge.
Well, let the record state that this was not my idea. Usually, and this might be one of the dumbest things you've ever done. This is nowhere near any of the dumbest things I've ever done. I hooked up a propane torch to my propane tank for my grill, and I was shooting weeds with the flames. And then Michelle comes out and she was like, "Hey, you're shooting that right next to our natural gas line." And I was like, "It's fine." So that ranks up there, and this nowhere near. The fact that he came up with this idea kind of says a lot. Yeah, but we couldn't figure out really how we were gonna do. We were gonna do 5 and 5, and then we had 2 left, and we were like, "Okay, well, what are we gonna do? Have a 1 versus 1 thing?" It was just like,
yeah, we're just gonna get it done.
So he tossed the idea. He's like, "What if we did all 10?" I was like, "That's a fantastic idea."
And why I even said that, I'll never know. The biggest blind we've ever done here at SLB. Each and every bottle, we're not going to go through them right this second because we don't have time. Sorry, Kyle. We're going to apologize right up front, at least I am, for all the editing you're going to have to do to put the bottles on the screen. But there's 10 of them. Some of them I was firm. I was not going to take them away, and some of them he was. So here we are. This is what we got.
I got to take my glasses off. This is serious. Yeah. But really, like, just the grease from my hairs behind my ears is driving me nuts. But are we going in? Are we starting?
We have to. We got to go with A. And I don't know what kind of zigzag setup you got going on here, man. But
we couldn't fit all of them on the screen in a straight line, so I had to like stagger them just a little bit to get shave off a millimeter.
This is just comical.
It's gonna be a good time. Yeah. I can't guarantee. I feel like this might be a 40-minute video or so. So if you stick around for the whole thing, I'm sure it's going to get interesting.
I am not going through nosing notes and palette notes and on everything. No.
Oh, I am. Ooh, that's definitely a budget. Probably VOB, probably Very Old Barton. A little sweet, a little thin, a little oaky.
Pretty darn good.
I do like that.
I do too.
I'm kind of hoping. Well, actually, so here's what we got. We got regular Maker's Mark, Wild Turkey 101. Early Times Bottled and Bond, Old Granddad Bottled and Bond, Very Old Barton. He's got those on his side. On my side, I got Jim Beam 7, Regular Buffalo Trace, Benchmark Single Barrel, Evan Williams 1783, and Old Forester 100.
Yep. The Very Old Barton is 100 proof, by the way, guys.
I'm hoping I kick out Wild Turkey first.
Everything in our area is less than $30 of everything that he just mentioned. I apologize if some of those in your area are not.
I'm gonna put like mid for A. It's pretty good, but ooh, this one's really nice. And you're fine. I'm not used to you being all that quiet over it. It has some nice butterscotchiness to it.
I guess we got to go together because Kyle's got to.
Yeah, you got to stay in sync. Ooh.
Yeah, we do.
That's nice and sweet.
Yeah, I understand A where you're coming though, Trent. Trent A has more of those tobacco leather type notes, but I kind of like it.
I hope
it's earthy, a little bit earthy.
I hope it's not Beam 7. I will be devastated if that's Beam 7 and I call it mid.
Man, this is gonna be hard.
I like B a lot.
See, and that's the problem because we're picking all the bottles that we enjoy the absolute most in that particular category.
I wish it was something where they still made stuff that was like $10 and under, kind of like military special and like those types of things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I thought honestly military special wasn't half bad.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
What was the thing about that? You can only get that on a military base or a
something like that. Yeah.
Whoa. What the heck is that? That smells like a really mature kind of a product. That's vanilla.
Yeah.
That reminds me of was that 8-star Beam 8-star or well, there was like an 8-star something or another that we did, and then like the first budget blind or the first budget live stream we ever did, and it was flavor. It was like flavored. It had flavors in it.
10
10 high. 10 high. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I'm like screwed up where I'm at in my lineup.
Yeah, we're gonna go on with D.
Oh man, you're going too quick for me.
As soon as you're done there with that one, pal.
That's got to be some kind of Buffalo Trace. That's delish.
It's pretty good.
All right, on to D.
Uh-huh.
You got to give me some nosy notes or something, man. Caramel?
I usually have to concentrate a little bit on the sip. I mean, I got 10 in front of me. I don't know. That's just the way I am.
Well, it's not a race, right?
I just can't pop them off like that.
This smells like a rubber glove for that you would wear doing the dishes. Dirty dishwater? You don't get that?
No.
Ooh. It's got a little bit of a bite.
You know what that is?
No, I don't.
You know?
You know what that is?
I think so.
What do you think that is?
Well, I'm not saying.
What? Come on, man. You can't do me like that. Is this 101? There's no way that's Wild Turkey 101.
Got the bite.
I like it though. It's like, man, now you got me thinking because I'm like, ooh, that's a little sweet and it's a little sour and it's a little bit oaky.
What letter are you on?
D,
babe. D.
I'm kind of upset that you put that in my head.
Good luck with all this, honey.
I do kind of like that. I will say.
Yeah, it's a.
Using the 10-point scale here.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got so many. I wanted to be able
crowded,
to.
yeah,
I wanted to make sure I could
That's not a
differentiate.
bad idea. Maybe I should have went
Differentiate
that route, but
easier.
I understand.
And what are we on? E.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, oh, baby.
Yeah, that's pretty
Dude,
nice.
that's nice.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
That's like Candy Factory, like you go into Albany's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like It's like butterscotch mixed with like a little bit of chocolatey kind of a thing.
All the good things.
Oh, excuse me. Good grief.
I'm trying here. I'm trying to focus.
Ooh, tastes like fertilizer. I gotta give that a solid 3 out of 10. That's rough. It really has a ground up rubber.
Yeah, there's a lot of chemical type or industrial type notes in there. Something going on there.
It smells like a lawn and garden center at Menards.
Yeah, I'll be interesting.
It really does. Like
I wouldn't have expected that sip from anything that we have out here right now.
now I'm kind of concerned. Mm-hmm. Mom, what did you do?
Dude,
Did Mom slip something in there?
I don't know.
What was it, F?
F.
Yeah. Man, I'm kind of bummed on E, actually. All the ones so far, A to D, have been very well rounded. This one just leans
very
like
solid.
straight chemical water.
it didn't appeal to me either, Trenton.
F? God, I'm kind of confused.
Yep, I'm on F. Is that where you're at too, babe? F.
It smells like anise. Anise. It does. Dude, smell mine. Seriously.
Dude,
No, seriously.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What? This has got a very, very not very strong, but it's got some hints of like an herbal tea or like a anise type of a thing, like an Earl Grey tea.
If I concentrate a little bit, I see what you're saying. I guess my mind is not focused that much on exactly what nosing notes I'm going to come up with on these aromas.
It's like you dipped a tea bag in the juice here that we're tasting. Man. It kind of gives me like a boo ride type of a thing because it's kind of minty, like a peppermint. Mm-hmm. You would get a candy cane, like a peppermint candy cane.
Yeah, that confuses me just a touch.
I know you kind of want to go quick. I'm taking my sweet time.
You're all
on
right.
this.
That's fine.
I used to work at Bed Bath & Beyond. And specifically, I worked in hard lines. So I wasn't on like the bedding side. I was on like the kitchen side. I was selling knives. I was selling kitchen gittings.
Wait. Who was your manager?
Sean.
Had you with Sean?
My boy Sean. He works
What
at
were
Best
you doing
he works at
hooking
Best
up
Buy
Trenton
now.
selling knives?
Oh, dude.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
I was cooking up the sales. And I wasn't commish either, which is kind of a shame. You should have seen me. I'd be like, hey, you know, we're gonna go with the Calphalon. We're gonna go with the nice Damascus steel on this Calphalon.
Okay, now you tell me
8-inch
Bed Bath
chef's
and
neck.
Beyond has Damascus steel.
They did it.
knives.
It was probably fake Damascus. Probably just like
come
the
on.
painted on Damascus. But yeah, dude, I was selling some pan sets like you wouldn't believe,
I
especially
had
around the holidays.
no
That makes
idea.
me proud.
Okay,
I had no idea you were in that.
I hope I don't incriminate myself right now, but
Oh, God.
I was put on the cash register. I know. I was put on the cash register, and because I was like 16 at the time, so this was over a decade ago, which sounds weird to say out loud. But when I was like, people were paying a lot with cash, and they didn't have the automatic change dispenser, so I had to do math in my head, and I was pretty good at math, but I got really nervous because like especially during the holidays when there was like 50 people in line back when Black Friday was a thing.
Well, I can imagine.
And I would just like, I'd give people their actual bills, but I don't even know what change I gave them. I could have been giving them less change, more change than they were owed. I don't know. Kyle, if you could look up if I'm going to get like, if I'm going to get in trouble. Bed Bath & Beyond went bankrupt. Maybe that's why they went bankrupt.
Change is not that difficult to give.
Well, when it's like...
So if
I
somebody
know-
gives you $10 and their bill is $5.75, you start adding from $5.75 to 10. So you give them a quarter. What's that? That's 6. What's left? Oh, there's 4 singles.
Man, no, I was 16 and I just really didn't care. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, so I'm probably the reason Bed Bath & Beyond went bankrupt. But yeah, if you need somebody for a heck of a sales job, yeah, get me on the hard lines there.
Chip off the old block, I guess.
What were we on, F?
We were, and then we're moving on to G, sir, after your Bed Bath & Beyond story.
Man, yeah, I kind of forgot about those days.
Ooh, that's pretty
Ooh,
nice.
that's grapey beyond belief.
Yeah, that's nice.
I got a lot of stories to tell.
Ooh, I love that. It's great bubble yum.
It is. There was this lady, her name was Jean. Jeannie? Jean? Grams. Jean. We used to go to her house when we were young kids, and she got like the big 5-pound tub of the bubble Hubba Bubba.
I used to love bubble yum.
Yeah,
special
dude.
Hubba
Yeah.
Bubba,
So it was like
Bubble
the
Yum,
grape
sure.
and the strawberry, the
Sure.
green apple and stuff. I was so excited one time. I ran straight through her screen door, right into the living room, just to get some gum.
Oh, my God.
I think I got a good bump on my head too when I went catapulting to the ground.
I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Man, this is lacking a little proof though. The flavor's fantastic.
It is.
I do like the flavor a bit. Just a little bit on the thin side for me.
Right.
I could
We're
see
talking
this.
under $30.
I know, but hey,
Wrap your head around that.
I know.
For me, if I'm paying under $30 and the flavor profile is fantastic, it might be lacking just a touch on some viscosity or something like that. I'm okay.
Well, here's the thing. I'm a professional, and you know I really try and
Okay.
I really try and dive deep into my roots of bourbon tasting.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm kind of a veteran.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Here we
know.
go. Getting deeper as the seconds go by in this conversation.
Well, that's what happens when you put 10 out in front of me.
Obviously.
I don't want to say this is your fault, but
What's this one smell like?
Ricola, cough drops.
It's kind of almost. It's like. It is like a lemony herb
Yeah.
type thing going on in there.
It smells like a green, like a greener, like a thyme or like a rosemary or something. It really does.
The funny thing is here, if you were on our barrel picks with us, Michelle can testify to this, and I think Rebecca, you've seen it maybe a time or two, but Kent for sure. But anytime we go to somewhere where sometimes you only get 3 or 4 choices. They pull 4 barrels. You like one or don't you? And that's unfortunate, but that's the way it is in some places. Other places, well, you just keep tasting. I mean, they've got stuff everywhere, and they're enjoying it. We're enjoying it.
Oh yeah.
So when you know that Trenton has had multiple sips, what does he always say, honey? He doesn't like to talk. He's not a talker, in groups. That's when he has the whole conversation for a half hour. Once he's reached the limit, I mean, it's on. There's 17,000 questions, and we're just smiling at each other because Trenton has control of the whole thing.
Yeah,
when he's had a few sips.
I'm an introvert until alcohol is introduced, and then like a couple sips in, I become the complete opposite. Which works for me. Usually, I just like to keep to myself. I don't talk much, and I'm of the leave me alone mentality. But hey, get a couple drinks in me, and I'll talk your ear off for a couple hours. I did like that one though. But you're missing something for H there.
I did too.
Oh no, we are on H. Never mind. I have I. I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
I know. I'm screwing everything up.
What are you doing to me, bud? Okay.
I do like that.
Kyle, hi.
Oh
Kyle,
yeah, Kyle.
Kyle's gonna be laughing putting this together.
He's
This is gonna be sincerely lunacy.
It reminds me if you dropped a butterscotch into some swamp water.
No, I wouldn't say swamp water.
No,
I mean, I know where you're coming from because all of these are
kind of
gonna be
vegetal.
a bit immature on the aromas, just a tiny bit. You're not going to have, you can't compare this to double the price bottles, $60 to $100. That's just insane.
It smells like an unwashed carrot, like a really vegetal. I'm being serious. It's like it's got this vegetal to it, but it's got some nice sweet butterscotch going on to it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I pick up for. I try to search for the best sweet things I can find when I'm taking my first whiff, and I got a little bit of that butterscotch, and it's not overly powerful.
Carrots are sweet. I like carrots.
That's got a lovely toffee note in it that I think is wonderful. Almost like the. It's reminiscent of the English toffee with a little bit of the chocolate on it.
What is an English toffee?
Heath Bar.
Oh, okay. Dude, that was actually good. I like that Heath Bar quite a bit.
Yeah. Trenton had one bite and I had the rest. That's how that went.
This smells. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm on J now.
Okay, let's do it.
J legit smells like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Get out of here.
I'm dead
I
serious.
don't know what that would be.
It smells like an Amburana finish.
Wow. Why do you put these things in my head? It's not as strong.
It's accurate.
It's not as strong as an Amburana finish.
No,
Obviously.
but like it's really.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like elementary school when you'd go to breakfast
Yeah,
and like the little plastic things of cereal, and you would just walk by it
Yeah.
because everybody got Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and you just
It's slightly the same, for sure.
wow. Now it's really racking my brain because I don't know that I've ever tasted that in anything that we have up here.
I'd give it a so-so.
Yeah, it's not as cinnamony or like sweet really as it's more kind of mid-tone. Mm-hmm. It's got this like kind of like a woodiness to it, almost like a damp cardboard, dare I say.
Right. Well, buddy, we got to take something out. For me, I'm going to go back to one in particular.
Oh, I already know which one I got first. Yeah, I got to look
I'm
in
sure
front
it's
here.
probably the same as I do too, but that's been a little while ago, so.
E? Yeah, that's mine too. I had a 3 out of 10 on E.
Okay. A little better on the second sip, but I'm going to still push it out first, honey. E, it's got a lot of tobacco in there, some leather. It's got a real strong base of earthy notes there, not a whole lot of sweetness.
Am I ranking these or just eliminating?
It's going to go 10 through 1.
Okay, so I am ranking them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this would be 10th place.
I honestly think that E, I'm just going to take a guess because...
I know what you're going to say already.
What do you think?
To me, it's reminiscent of the very old Barton.
I'm thinking
But-
it's Evan Williams, 1783.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you could be right.
I'm most unfamiliar with that.
I do remember the very old Barton 100 proof to lean towards some tobacco note and stuff like that, but I'm going to have to be honest, I'd be shocked if that was in last place. That was one I strongly argued for to be in the original show of 5. So, if it is in last place, then I have to eat some crow on that one. So
I have F as my 9th place.
you have F as your 9th place. This is where it's going to get difficult, dude.
That's the one that I got a lot of anise on.
Oh, really?
Yep. A little like this. It did have a nice this is gonna sound weird, but probably not the weirdest thing I've said. Like when you get a piece of a grilled lemon on something, it's got this like chariness to it, but like this nice citric acid type of a thing. It's got a lemony herbal grilled char vibe going on to it. It really reminded me of like a meal. I don't know if because I'm hungry or what, but
Right.
I don't hate it. It's just not the best of the bunch.
All right, give me a second.
And that's confusing. Man. I've been trying a lot when we do blinds and stuff, when we know what's in it, like something like this, to not really try and think about what it is and just say, hey, this is what I'm in, like how you do it. Like, this is what I'm enjoying right now.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the label. Who cares about the label? But I just can't help but think, like, this is just so out there.
Right. I'm struggling.
Are you?
F is yours?
Yeah, F is my 9th place.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We can both go with that. I gotta taste one real quick before I push out.
I gotta taste several before I push on it. Not that it really matters, but I'm taking this seriously. 6 G. Yeah, we can never do 10 again. This is too much to manage.
Too much for me. I promise you that. Okay.
Wait,
Well,
what did I just taste? Oh, okay.
for me, Trenton, we can discuss it if you'd like, but D and J are my next 2 lowest on the list.
I have J at 8th.
You
D?
do that? Yeah.
I had D at 8 out of 10.
Did you? Taste
did.
it again, see.
Is it D? Wow.
You had J in 8th?
I had J in 8th, yes.
And I can do that. I have zero problem with that because it is, I'll do that as well, honey. So we're relatively the same. It's going to be in the lower part of my on my list anyways. So on my first time through, J was a little bit lower score than D. But other than D, everything else that's remaining in the blind has a little bit higher score for me, first time through. So for me, honey, I'm going to have to stick with D in 7, D.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is where we fork off into our own paths here.
And to be honest with you, I could have went, J and F could have went either way for me. It's towards the bottom there, and I just kind of went along with Trenton because it's in the bottom anyways, and it kind of makes it a little easier for everybody to follow. But I'm going to stick to my guns on D. Going out in 7th for me. So that's that.
My 7th out is going to be I. Yep.
You out of your mind.
Nope.
Something's wrong with him.
I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, really. It's funny because there's like one comment in a video where it gets that, and it just makes me laugh. It's like a great way to start the day when the comment's like, something's wrong with you, dude. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, what in that one there, Trent, for me had not my highest score, but one of them.
Well, do you have a 6th?
Working on it.
My 6th is going to be A. And that pains me because I really think that is probably Jim Beam 7. But I know that Jim Beam 7 did really well in the couple videos we did a blind with. It beat Wild Turkey 101 for you. I know that's a huge deal. I was just watching some fellas. They did a short, and they actually mentioned us in the short. One of them really and they did a side-by-side Wild Turkey 101 and Jim Beam 7.
Yeah.
One preferred the 7, one preferred the 101.
So what place are you down to? 6? You just push out 6?
Yep, I just pushed out 6.
All right, I'm going to disagree. Honey, for me, I got to push out H. H
That'd be my...
would
Nope,
be
no,
6
no.
for me. H.
H is 6th. Man, I'm rooting for Kyle on this video, trying to keep up and put everything on the screen there. Sorry, Kyle, we won't do this again.
You know, I'm just curious if we're going to come out with the same. You know, all I really am wondering here in this whole video is if we're going to be reminiscent for our top 3.
Yeah.
If we're going to be similar for the top 3. The rest of it is what it is what it is.
I got a 5th, and I got a 4th.
You do?
Yep. It's interesting because as we're going through, I'm noticing that usually I feel like we try and stay away from the 10 or like 5+ blinds, just because as you taste, you know, your palate's going to get worn out. You're going to get like atrophied isn't the right term to use, but similar, right? You're going to get like palate blind, and a lot of the things that tend to stand out, in my opinion at least, is sweet stuff. Because your palate's almost blown out, and then you're like, ooh, something sweet. Everybody likes a good sweet thing. So I'll be interested to see what these top 3 are, just because I feel like one of them is Buffalo Trace, which is sweet. We have an Early Times, which is usually sweet. We got a very old Barton that's sweet. Maker's Mark's a weeder.
Right. All right.
But
All right, honey, for me, I don't know what. Did you already push yours out for 5th? Or no?
my 5th is G. You didn't have G?
Let me taste that. I'm sorry. I need to retaste G.
What's like that? G is in, I don't know, when I'm on the phone with tech support people and they say like A is in Alpha, B is in, you know, Bob, or C is in Charlie and stuff, is like, I can't remember what they say for G. G string, maybe?
Why, dude?
I should do that next time I'm on the
Why?
call with like Comcast support or something. Just really throw them for a loop. I'm gonna do that.
Why? I'm good with G.
Really? Well, you looked at me like I had 3 heads on that one.
Well, I forgot. I have 2 down there in the last several that
Oh,
are
I see
still
what you
open.
did.
And I thought it was I. I looked down and I'm like, I was wonderful to me.
I had that at 7th.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, but I still like
You
it.
still like the I?
Yeah, so,
okay. I'm really
I'm-
interested to see what this
Yeah,
comes
so
up.
G, I'm good with G being in 5. I'm good with that. So then I'm gonna go back then. I already know what's kind of on this side of my tasting. I'm gonna go back to I.
Okay. Oh, you pick your 5th?
We're all over the place.
I'm confused. Sorry, folks.
Maybe this wasn't the best idea.
It's fine. We're already like probably 30 minutes through at this point and just keep rolling with it. A lot of people said they like longer videos too, so. I'm in the mindset like, and this is unique because I work from home and I'm fortunate enough, my desk is 20 feet from my bed. But like when I start work, when I'm answering emails and I'm getting caught up with everything that happened after work, I'm like watching a long video and it's just kind of background noise. So I know a lot of people watch us in the morning, when they're on the toilet, you know, whatever the case may be. I hope if you're watching it on the toilet, it's a longer movement for you. But do you have a 4th?
Yeah, B.
No. What? Do you have my 4th now? My 4th is H.
Sticking with
You're sticking with that, okay?
B.
No, I'm really.
Hand me your water glass.
You out?
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
It was nice of you to save me some.
There's
Dude.
only one so far that both of you have not chosen.
Yeah, I know.
Really? B is so good.
I'm in my top 4. I'm not saying it's not good.
I'm top 3 now, so I'm just speaking out loud.
Okay.
So I have B, C, and D as my top 3.
Tough.
C is sweeter than B, but I like the depth that B has. It's a little bit less of a one note kind of a thing. But I don't know. We should have had Kent do this too. Oh my gosh, man, D has such a nice butter, like a butterscotch or a maple syrup type of a thing going on in it.
All right, honey, for me, I'm going to push out A next. So that'd be 3 for A.
3 for A? Holy cow.
Yep, which leaves me C and I.
My third place is C. So mine are between B and D.
Wow. I don't know what, I don't know.
B and D are super good, whatever they are.
Well,
They're kind of reminiscent of one another. I'm trying to get that out of my head. B is a little bit more proofy, I feel like. What did you have B at? 4th place?
Hmm?
You had B at 4th place? And D at 7th place? You're out of your mind.
Hey. C.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I have D as Wild Turkey 101 on my sheet. And that,
Which one?
D.
Yeah, maybe. I have a feeling I know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm debating, but I'm not going to debate anymore. I'm going to put C in second, and I would be my first place.
I have D in second and B in first. We're a tad off.
We're a tad off. Out of whatever it was, Trenton on it's still good to me. That Heath Toffee bar or whatever I said.
I honestly really reminds me of like a Michter. We don't have Michters up here, but it reminds me of a Michter's product or like an MGP product, which we also don't have up here. And I just splashed a whole bunch of bourbon all over the sheet. My only thing with I was that it was a little bit thin.
See,
and when like sure we're comparing 10 things.
Sure.
So I compared to the other 10 is just a little bit thin and lacking. You know what we should do? No, here's what we should do. Take your top 3, my top 3, put them in a blind and see how it does.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Hey.
Because we're so far off on this,
No,
which doesn't happen a whole lot. But when we have 10,
no, it doesn't.
it's going to cascade down pretty quick.
It doesn't. So let's do this. We got to start revealing some stuff here, honey. Go with mine first, and then after that, we'll rearrange the bottle for Trenton's list.
We'll just go with.
Top 3 or the top?
We'll go with your list.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with Kurt's list.
Just your top 3 or
No,
all
all of them.
All of them.
All right, starting with 10.
Yeah.
That was E, and that was both of you. That was the Wild Turkey 101.
No way. What? Holy, you're wishing we didn't do this video.
Oh man, I'm just.
Are you kidding? Okay.
Kind of
Okay,
dumbfounded.
I'm gonna kind of go a little fast.
Hang on, babe. I can't handle that right now. What was that again? E? E?
Yes. Are they in the right order?
Yeah, you're gonna have to comfort him tonight.
Wow, I'm feeling rough right now. That's for sure. Whose idea was this? All right, I go.
All right.
We're not redoing this.
9 for both of you was F,
Yeah.
and that was the old granddad.
Wow.
No way.
I'm.
We're off to a rough
Is not going the way I
We're off
expected
to
to
a rough
go.
start.
Go ahead.
You both chose J for 8, and that was the Old Forester.
Oh my! What is happening? No, is this opposite day?
I'm just.
Okay, this is where you guys kind of go your own way.
Dude.
Dumbfounded.
All right.
All right.
Chris.
Yeah.
7
Yeah.
is D.
Yeah.
Burial Barton.
Okay.
That was D?
Yeah.
Holy
I
crap.
like this one. It's great. It's the cheapest bottle of the bunch if you can get it for what you need to get it for. But I do realize it comes with some tobacco and some leather notes, and
Here's the kicker.
so it doesn't surprise me in the spot that one sits.
Here's the kicker. This is my second place.
Get out of here.
That's my second place. I thought this was Wild Turkey 101. I had it an 8 out of 10. This sucks.
All right. 6 for Kurt is H. Jim Beam 7.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I'm failing. I don't know. And which one was that, honey?
Wow.
H.
Then we've got 5th
Uh-huh.
for both of you is G. And that was Buffalo Trace.
I'm surprised this wasn't.
Wow.
I'm surprised this wasn't up there further. What are these last 4?
It's amazing though. Stop for a second, because it's amazing when Rebecca's telling us what it is. When I re-sip it, of course it is. Even with the wild turkey. Yeah, of course it is. It's amazing. Go ahead. I'm
All right,
sorry.
Your 4th, Kurt, was B.
Mhm.
Early Times,
Oh, well,
which was Trenton's first.
yep.
Kurt's 3rd
Trenton's
was-
first. Well, that doesn't
Wow.
surprise me either.
That
Early
surprises
Times
So we
is a
won't get
spectacular
off on
choice.
that tangent yet.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
So
honey.
Kurt's 3rd is A. 1783.
Okay, well, that's surprising.
That's very surprising.
This is the one Trenton fought for to put in. So good on you on that one.
Your 2nd was C. Benchmark.
What? This was my 3rd. And I put Buffalo Trace for this. This was my 3rd.
So the last one was I for your first Maker's Mark.
I'm shocked. Are we in the screen?
We are not.
Let's push him over.
Wow.
I honestly, I mean, we got to be honest here. I thought this was first for me
Really?
because we just, it has that candy barish type thing, and I remember that in some of the benchmark stuff that I had before. I just I'm a bit surprised by that, but I'm not unhappy. With Maker's Mark is great. Maker's Mark is fantastic. And in our area, it's $27 or $28, $26 to $28 in our area. Guys, spectacular.
All right, Trenton, you ready?
Yep.
All right, so we already know the first couple of those. So your 10th was E. Wild Turkey 101.
Oh, I'm heartbroken.
Your 9th was the Old Granddad.
I'm surprised.
And then 8th was Old Forester.
Surprised again,
Oof.
especially for Trenton.
Wow.
Now Trenton went,
Yeah.
his 7th was I, so that was Maker's Mark for him.
Okay.
Kind of also not surprising for you.
I don't know though, dude. Like, wow, Maker's Mark has been consistently doing really well for me recently. It's kind of
That is
on.
true.
It's not an up and coming distillery
That's
in
true.
terms of like a smallish distillery.
Yeah.
They've been around for a while, but just like something that I didn't initially reach for a lot. But
Yeah.
wow, I'm really surprised by that.
Okay, honey.
Your 6th was A. 1783.
This is not a surprising thing
No.
for me.
No. And the only reason Trenton fought for this one because I said Evan Williams bottled and bond because I know there's millions of people out there that love the Evan Williams bottled and bond as a budget type bottle, and he said absolutely not. And he was right in a sense because it's never done very well for us in the
Yeah,
blind. So
yeah.
he put this one in instead. So that's the reason why he fought for that bottle. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, his 5th was G. Buffalo Trace.
Okay, same place that it
Yes.
is.
Yep. Your 4th was H. Jim Beam.
Man.
And then 3rd was C. Benchmark. 2nd was D. Burial Barton.
There you go, buddy.
Early Times was number 1.
Wow.
Well, the top 3 for me are Buffalo Trace products or Sazerac products, rather. I would have given you $1,000 if you said this was going to be my lineup.
No. I tell you what I'm shocked the most at is this, and this.
That's where I'm at. Like,
Not that I thought that the 101 would win, or I really like this bottle a lot too. Trenton likes this one a lot. Not that I think either one of those would have won, but I am dead shocked that they're in last place. I'm just blown away at the moment.
I pick on Wild Turkey a lot. It's not something that I would ever think would have been last place. I even thought that this was my second place.
I know you did. Yeah.
And that's not how it turned out. But I mean, these top three, even these top four.
Yeah.
Evan Williams, 1783. I can't say I'm the biggest fan of. I'm very so. Apparently, I am. I'm surprised that this made its way above these four hitters, and I'm really surprised at where Very Old Barton and Benchmark Single Barrel went. And I do drink Benchmark Single Barrel quite a bit, but it's just not something I picked up on, it being a single barrel and everything, and even early times.
Okay, for me, considering your palate, because I do this show with you side by side for several years, I'm surprised this bottle made it all the way
I'm very
towards
surprised.
the top two.
Yeah.
I really am. This one, no. This one, no.
Really?
This is a pretty good bottle. I'm not really shocked from here to here with you, or this one, because I don't know.
this
But
is wild.
I am not. This one shocks me that it's in the top two. Let's put it that way. For you personally.
I'm just glad that at the end of the day, Jim Beam 7 made its way above Buffalo Trace. Even though the top three are Sazerac products, technically from Buffalo Trace in some regard, I'm just glad that Jim Beam 7 is making its presence in the wake of, Wild Turkey 101 and Old Granddad, Old Forester makers, etc. But yeah, Wild Turkey 101, dead last for both.
No, and honestly, guys, if you could see my sheet, I didn't just agree with Trenton.
Let's see if we can. Actually, I'll put a picture up.
I honestly had a 2.5 out of 5
Here,
for Wild Turkey 101, and I don't know why. I'm not sure why, but that's what I had. It was my lowest score first time through. And when I went back to retaste, it didn't jump out at me that I would change my mind. So
I think
I don't know.
The biggest question I have for folks is if you've done a blind of some sort, whether it be a couple bottles or 10 plus, maybe like we did. Were you shocked by your results? Was it just maybe you had a little bit too much and the profiles of each one's kind of started to mesh together and you weren't able to really pick out much of a difference between the I don't know 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that you did? I'd be interested. And if you did do a blind and you were shocked by the results, let us know what you found, because this is definitely a shocker.
I will say this: I'm not going to line up for another 10 bottle blind.
I'm feeling pretty good right now.
It's not even that. It's the palate gets pretty confused as it's moving along, and I don't know. I'm just babbling because I'm still just I'm kind of hurt inside.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if you stuck to the end of the video, you watched the whole thing, let us know in the comments. I'd be very interested to see, because I'm sure I'm guessing at this point we're at probably 42 minutes.
Well, it goes back to as we end the video, it goes back to the question that Trenton had for everybody. Babe, what is Trenton's top 3?
Benchmark third, Burial
Okay,
Barn
right here.
second, Early Times first.
And what's mine?
1783 is third, Benchmark second, Maker's Mark first.
Okay.
That's top 5.
That's top 5. If you want to see a blind of the top 5, let us know, and I'll even sneak the Wild Turkey 101 in just to see.
You gotta get the redemption.
I'm kidding.
No, you're not. Don't worry though. We are going to be doing a video on the Crown Royal Single Malt. We got a ton of comments, overwhelmingly for the Crown Royal Single Malt.
Maybe we should have done that one.
We
should have just done that.
We should have.
I would have felt better about myself if we had done that.
I even think we might be doing a specific Crown Royal distillery review. I did some research, and I think we might be able to pick up a few in their lineup. So we'll see how that goes. If you want to see that, let us know. I honestly can't say that I'm looking forward to it, but if you guys want to see it, we'll be happy to do it for you.
Well, guys, I'm gonna do my best to enjoy the rest of the evening tonight.
You're gonna be sulking in the corner.
I'm gonna try to pick my chin up, and put my attitude in check. But that's blinds. That's what it does. It humbles you. It puts you in the victory seat sometimes, and it humbles you at times. So
I'm
there you
thrilled
go.
with the outcome.
Yeah. Hey, regardless, it's always fun, and it's always fun to have some time with you guys out there. So hopefully you enjoyed it as well. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time right down here with Trent and I, hopefully not with a 10-bottle blind in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.